welcome back to the channel. Mr. Acolyte here, coming at you with another video to talk about what's new with Marvel Tokon. In my last video about Tokon, we mostly just reacted to the trailer and kind of geeked out about all the new cool looking characters that are coming, and then we theorized about who may be coming next. But what we didn't do was break down any of the new mechanics and system changes that were shown off in the trailer, because believe it or not, even though this trailer is very short, there's only like a few seconds of gameplay here, these few seconds I believe change the entire future of this game. Let's go ahead and break it down. Okay, so before we jump into what's actually new, I wanted to go ahead and set the stage a bit for anyone who might not be in the know. Like if you didn't play the beta, or if you haven't really seen much of this game, you don't know the mechanics. I wanted to quickly break down some of the basics of this game so you can understand why these quick little seconds of footage are so exciting. So I pulled up some older footage here. This is the build that we were basically all playing in the beta. This footage comes from TNS. This was a tournament that they held with the beta. So in this game, you have your 4 assists. If we look at SQ's team on the left there, you have 4 assists, but you don't start with all 4. You start with 2. You start with 1, actually. You start with 2 characters, and then as you play, different actions can unlock the other characters. If you look at Scientific's team, you can see Iron Man is grayed out because he hasn't unlocked him yet. So that's the big thing with this game, is you slowly unlock your team. And that's important because each character has their own unique assist. And the 4th slot is by far the most important because that does a unique assist. The first assist, let's look at SQ side again. The first assist, the one being on the right, Iron Man, that does a generic beam assist. So, or long range, we'll just call it a ranged assist. So whatever character is in that first slot does a ranged assist. Character in the bottom slot, slot number 2, they do an anti-air. So they'll do something that goes up in the air to bring people down. Then the person on the end, the final character you unlock, does a unique assist. It'll be something unique to the character. So because of that, the gameplay of this game is very dynamic, and there's a lot you have to keep track of, because obviously this is a tag game. So when you tag, the order and position of your team is going to change. So Kamala there, he sees she's at the bottom. If she gets tagged in, now Peter, Star-Lord, is going to be at the bottom, you know, and then Cap could be in the front, Iron Man could be in the back. So that sort of dynamic gameplay, I think, is what makes this game so interesting. And that aspect is actually not going to change. That's going to be the same as far as we know. We haven't seen any new info on that front. But despite all the cool things that I just listed about the assists, there is one massive negative about them that everyone complains about, myself included. Keep in mind, I really like the game, but even I do not like this fact, and it's the fact that in certain situations, assists become way too uniform. So let's look at this situation right here. SQ has got a string going, right? Got the string. She takes Storm up in the air, knocks him down, and then so this green glow right here, this is what happens when you call an assist, because it costs you a bar in this game to call an assist as an extension. So we get the assist extension, and then what happens? Boom. Iron Man comes out, and he does like this little bump animation. I call it the bump. I'm not sure what other people call it, but that's basically what your assists become when you're in any sort of a hit reaction situation. Whether it's in a combo or on block, you get this bump. I think we'll see it again here in just a second. The next time somebody gets an exchange on somebody's block, you're gonna see it again. Yep, boom, right there. So that right there is pretty much the biggest complaint of this game, because yeah, it's kind of lame, because as we pointed out before, that's not what the assists look like in this game. Iron Man, he's in the first spot, so he should be doing his beam assist, but because it's a block string, the game, it's holding your hand is what it's really doing. It's that new player fear factor again that fighting games just keep always falling back into. Basically, the developers are afraid that the game would be too complicated, so they just made every assist the same. So it doesn't even matter that it was Iron Man here. If you would have called Captain America or Kamala, it would have been just this little bump. And this bump, not only is it boring to look at, it's just not very good. The block stun on it is very, very short. It's very, very stiff. You can't get any real sort of mix-up out of it. To be honest, it's just kind of lame. And then same thing for the combos. I mean, the coolness of combos is subjective, but a lot of people said they didn't enjoy this either. When you get a hit confirm, you call the bump, boom, run up, get your confirm, and that's it. Like, this was the limitation to calling assists in block strings and on hit. Okay, so that was example number 1. We're gonna get to the new footage here in just a second to compare, but that was example number 1, assists on hit and on block. Let's look at example number 2, assists at neutral. This was another area where everyone complained, myself again included, because I like the game, but this right here, I actually hate. Let's go over this real quick. So right here, Yami gets a big hit, right? He gets a big hit, knockdown. So takes the knockdown, backdashes, calls his Iron Man assist. So what we talked about earlier, you should be able to follow along. You see Iron Man, this is his unique assist. For his unique assist, he calls a missile barrage. So he calls the missile barrage on wake up, runs up, gets this block string, boom, overhead. So this big hit that he got right here, this is all because he got a knockdown. He chose not to break the wall there. He could have broke the wall, chose not to. Got the knockdown, backdash, called an assist, mixed. This right here is Assist Fighters 101. Beautiful sequence. This is the kind of stuff you love to see. This is the kind of stuff you love to come up with in the lab. Like, this is a tag fighter right here. Right here, though, you do see the bump. There goes the bump right there. Gets another knockdown, and then guess what? Backs up, does it again. So he gets the same situation, and then right there, that was beautiful. He actually baited a guard cancel. That was a guard cancel. Yeah, that you see that little backdash animation. Baits it, gets a combo out of it again, but he drops it. So here's where the problem is. He dropped this combo, he backs off, and then look at this. He calls Iron Man. But because he called Iron Man in the air, look what happens. Dead. So this was the other huge complaint with this game. When you call your assists, you have to call them on the ground to get the grounded versions. If you leave the ground, every assist becomes an air assist. And not only that, it's called at the height you were when you summoned it. So even though Yami has an advantageous situation here of the corner and he called his assist first, because he called it in the air, Iron Man's coming out in the air and shooting it at an angle that doesn't matter. Meanwhile, K7 is on the ground, so he's getting his unique Doom assist, and he gets his anti-air assist, which ends the round. So basically, in the air, you lose access to your assists, which honestly, as you can probably tell from this clip, just feels terrible. Not being able to position yourself and still have access to the assists that you want is just really not a good idea in a fighting game, in my opinion. I can see what they're trying to do. Like, this game, it has a lot of movement. You know, you can jump really high and you can kind of air stall a little bit. I think they wanted to give you the option of bringing people down to the ground, but again, it just limits you. I think that's the biggest thing in this game. It's got a lot of really good ideas, but it's also very limiting. There's a lot of limitations, and again, people really complained and they really were not happy specifically about these two aspects. Okay, so now that we understand how the game worked before and why it was considered to be in some pretty big trouble, let's go ahead and take another deeper look at the new footage to see what's actually changed. So here we see Logan going crazy. He looks amazing, by the way. I love that they made Logan basically into a tank. He looks so sick. So right here, when they call in danger, this is where we actually get a glimpse of the changes that show that they're actually listening to us. So danger, doing her route here, and then yeah, this is it right here. She brings them down. This looks like some sort of like EX dive attack that's designed to bring them down. And as she brings them down, boom, that was blink and you miss it. I don't blame a lot of people for missing this. I mean, I missed it myself until people on Twitter were saying it, and I went back and took another look. But yeah, look, when you see Storm, she's doing her unique assist. Storm's assist pulls you towards her, and then boom. So it happened really fast, but during the dive, she was able to queue up the unique assist of Storm and then get a relaunch. They kind of cut out a little bit of the middle there, but that alone right there is huge. So that means that you're gonna have the option of either doing the generic assist bump or actually calling your assist. And it's definitely gonna open this game up a lot more to be a lot more freestyle and a lot less, you know, uniform and restrictive. That's not all, however. There was an extended look released by the developers, and this clip is all over Twitter. This is equally as big as the clip that we just looked at, and probably even more exciting. So in this clip right here, it's Danger again. We see Danger doing a block string, and right here, you see the green glow. She just called Kamala, and then what does Kamala do? She's not doing the bump. She does, again, her unique assist. Kamala's unique assist, she dodges and then does a tornado that locks the opponent down. And you can see that she's doing it clearly on block right here in the middle of a block string. And they even slow it down here for you to see. Yeah, called tornado. And then in the middle of the tornado, Danger does a mix up and actually gets the mix, which is beautiful. Okay, and lastly, if we look at this last very short but very important clip here, we see Danger up in the air. She puts out a couple of traps, air dashes. There goes the green spark, meaning she called her assist in the air. But as she comes down towards the floor, Tony does not come out in the air, comes out on the floor, and boom, actually does his beam assist. And that is an assist 1, not an assist 4. So yeah, that basically confirms that all assists can work like this. Doesn't matter what the assist is, you can call it in the air now and it'll come out on the ground. Thank goodness. Again, this might seem like a minor change, but this is just so huge because in a tag game, you're gonna be moving around a lot. You're gonna be airborne a lot. And in the previous version of the game, it just felt like your assists were held hostage. Anytime you left the floor, it was like, dang, I can't call my assist because it's going to be trash. And that really hurt for characters with high mobility, which there are a lot of. Spider-Man, Iron Man, Doctor Doom, and Star-Lord can all basically fly. They can stay in the air for a while. You know, they all have very unique movement options that let them, you know, stay off of the ground. So using your unique movement option but not being able to call a meaningful assist felt very painful and again, very limiting. So it's really, really great to see. I'm so glad that the developers are actually open to listening. This is why betas and feedback are extremely important, because I honestly can't imagine this game coming out and being as restrictive as it was. Because now that the restrictions seem like they have been removed, I feel like 10 times more excited for this game than I already was. Like, this is just so hyped to me, and I just cannot wait to get my hands on the full version. Because, I mean, there are probably even more changes that we don't know about. So, yeah, there is a lot to look forward to for this game. And that is going to bring us to the end of the video. Thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully you found this video informative. If you liked it at all, I would appreciate a like, as it does help out the channel a lot. I do greatly appreciate it. If you want to see more Tokon coverage or fighting game coverage from me in the future, be sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be all over this game and I play a lot of fighting games in general. So if you want to keep up with that, be sure to subscribe. But most importantly, let me know what you think. Are you looking forward to Tokon? Has this trailer won you over? Are you excited with the changes? Are there any other changes you want to see that have not been mentioned? Definitely let me know in the comments below. But as always, you guys have a good one, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.